Question is, how can I improve my mental health and well-being? Okay, yeah, mental health. How do I supposed to improve my mental health? Am I kind of like a something a person who is affected by mental or like any kind of like a stuff? No, not yeah. I'm kind of like a something very normal, and my mental health means like that. It's good. Yeah, it's not really that kind of like a something very complicated. Okay, yeah. What's the mental health? Yeah. uh how do I supposed to distinguish between normal person and mental health? Okay, yeah. Mental health has a kind of like a something very like a various steps. Okay, the final steps is that ki you don't know what the thing that you are doing, and you are kind of like a something mad. Okay, yeah, you are called as a kind of like a something, your mental health is not really good. You've seen a lot of people who is kind of like a doing something really like I don't know how do I supposed to explain this thing. You've seen that thing is a mental patient. You probably knew it. How is exactly is this thing? Okay, yeah. This is kind of like a something final stage. Okay, yeah, means like that your brain is kind of like a doing the things that something I don't know. Okay, how this mental thing happened, I'm not really sure. Okay, yeah. But probably is this thing, then this is kind of like a something final stage. Okay, yeah. But there are multiple stage. Okay, what's a multiple stage? In our daily life, we've been through a lot of stress. Okay, lot of challenges, lot of kind of like a something thing that it affect mentally. Example, that key like you have a relation for almost like a 4 year of relation, and suddenly you went through breakup. Okay, yeah, it's a unbearable pain. Okay, you have to been through that particular process. Okay, yeah, this is the kind of like a something pain that you have to suffer from inside and not outside. Like there is no kind of like a something cut or bleed. No, it kind of like a something that it happened internally. You feel something really bad or you felt something really wrong. Okay, yeah. In that particular process, your brain is kind of like a something traumatized. Your brain is kind of like a something that not thinking wisely. Okay, yeah. And it's a kind of like a something pain. Okay, yeah, definitely like the person who went through that particular process of breakup, he could understand that ki how much painful is this stuff. Okay, yeah. Only solution is that ki like how do you supposed to handle that pain? Okay, yeah. First of all is that key kind of like a something be alcohol. Okay, yeah, because is this thing that key the pain that you have is kind of like a something, the only solution is that key kind of like a dilute that pain with alcohol. Yeah, but it's not really good thing. Okay, yeah. Another thing is that key whatever the pain that you have convert into the anger, and that anger used to like put that kind of like a something, that anger channel into your work. Okay, means like that the kind of like a something, all the energy of that you are feeling at this moment, the pain, everything convert into the work, convert into the make you think better into that particular process. When you are into that particular pain of that breakup thing, you are not kind of like a taking very wise decision. Okay, yeah. And that is called something really doing preparing for exam for last 2 year. You are kind of like a putting lot of efforts and everything, and it's your last chance. And then exam result is kind of like announced, and then suddenly you are not pass, you are not, now you don't really clear that exam. Okay, you went through lot of kind of like a something a stress and pain, and it's kind of like a something that. Okay, yeah. What I'm trying to tell you is this thing that mental health is a kind of like a something stuff that the stress is kind of like a somethingly overtaken by your brain. Okay, yeah. Like stress means like that exam pressure, relationships and everything. There are a lot of things. I shouldn't supposed to tell you there are a lot of pressures. Okay, regarding about your career and things and that. It's a lot of thing. Okay, yeah. When you are into that particular stress situation, how do you handle that situation? How do you kind of like prepare for that? Okay, yeah. Example. Okay, yes. Have you ever understand the final match of India versus Pakistan? I don't know, like every cricket match, okay, yeah, the last over is kind of like a so stressful that ki each ball kind of like a something like that tell us that ki should they win or not. Okay, it's a very very complicated process. It's a very stressful thing. Okay, yeah, but there is a kind of like a something person who kind of like handle that stress, that pressure. Okay, yeah, in my opinion, Mahendra Singh Dhoni was a kind of like a something like person who could handle that pressure, who could handle that particular thing, because all the eyes in that particular event, in that particular match, and basically it's a kind of like a something that you have a six ball and 10 runs to win, and probably is a kind of like a something that this is kind of like a something very crucial moment of that cricket match. Okay, yeah, in that particular process, the Mahendra Singh Dhoni is a captain of the Indian cricket team who could handle that particular situation so wisely regarding about what they should like, what kind of like a something bowler should supposed to be ball, what kind of like a fielding, what kind of like a some this stuff, like understand the mind of the batsman and figure it out that where it could kind of like a something shot he will gonna take and something like that. Okay, yeah, that is called kind of like a something normal situation, means like that ki when you have that particular situation, when you have that particular pressure and things like that, how do you proceed, how do you kind of like a something lead that particular situation uh, to achieve that success. Okay, that is called kind of like a something is something that na ki this kind of like a something stuff that you should supposed to be learn. Okay, yeah, because it's kind of like a somebody that na ki in every like this kind of like a such situation, like basically there is a last over six ball required 10 runs to win. In that particular situation, every person got stress, like trust me, just like all the player from the Indian cricket team all gonna stress because will they gonna win this match or not. It's like a really stressful situation, but Mahendra Singh Dhoni is kind of like a somebody handle that situation so wisely that amaze. Okay, yeah, that represent their mental health is really good, that represent that they're kind of like a something that they don't really afraid of anything about what kind of like a stress and things like that. Okay, yeah, so this is called kind of like a something really good mental health. Okay, yeah, and when you are kind of like a kind of like a been through breakup thing or been through kind of like a some situation there, like there are a lot of stress, then you are not taking decision wisely, you are taking decision very rationally. Example is this thing that ki you're went through breakup and suddenly you just kind of like a thinking that ki let's drink vodka or alcohol or something like that. It's a kind of like a something rational decision. Okay, yeah, and that is not gonna happen good. So this is what kind of like a something happen. Okay, yeah, it's important thing that yeah, how do you supposed to control yourself regarding about every situation, regarding about stress situation and everything. Okay, yeah. Now question is that do I have that kind of like a something stability, do I have that kind of like a something mental stability, do I have that? Well, I've been through a lot of stress. Okay, yeah, situations and everything. Okay, yeah, I make a lot of mistakes in my life. Okay, yeah, and probably is this thing that um, I didn't really face that kind of like a some stress situation. Okay, yeah, at this moment. Okay, yeah, in the future I will be or something like that. But what I'm trying to tell you that till this moment I haven't really faced that kind of like a some ultimate level of stress, ultimate level of kind of like a some situation, ultimate level of pressure. I haven't really faced that. Okay, yeah, but what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that I could handle that thing. I could kind of like a simply handle that particular pressure, particular thing, because let me tell you one thing that I am taking decision very wisely. Okay, yeah, understand about every point of perspective and figure it out what kind of like a something steps that I should have supposed to execute to make something really good. Okay, yeah, and this kind of like a stuff I kind of like a like why I'm saying this thing very confidently, because of that throughout this year, because of this the things that I'm saying this artifact episode, it's kind of like a something that I just talked with myself and understand about who am I, what kind of like a something potential that I have, and how do I supposed to execute things. These are kind of like a something stuff that I understand because of I talk to myself for all those kind of like a something year, and I do have kind of like a something so many experience regarding about my failure and something like that. So whenever I will have that kind of like a something situation, I will handle that particular situation very wisely. Okay, yeah, so yes, I would say that my mental health is really good. Okay, yeah, and in the future it will be also really good. Okay, yeah, as also another thing that I am 31. Okay, yeah, and probably is this thing na when you are kind of like somebody cross 25 or when you cross 30, then you are literally matured, you are thinking about very wisely. Okay, yeah. Like basically at early 20s, like you are kind of like taking decision from heart, from kind of like some things that you love. But when you cross 30 now, you are kind of like taking it very as a matured way to how do you supposed to solve this thing with stuff and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I know that key my mental health is really good, and when kind of like a something, when I face that particular challenge, when I face particular process, I would kind of like a simply handle that particular situation very wisely. Okay, I know I could do that. Okay, like I know that ki pressure is kind of like a something very unbearable, but still I know I could do that. I will have that kind of like a something power, or I could withstand that particular thing. So I could say that I could kind of like say that ki, yeah, I could kind of like simply handle that particular mental thing. All right, yeah. But yeah, there are a couple of things that I should supposed to improve. Like, what kind of like some steps should I supposed to do to improve my mental health? All right, yeah. So there are some sort of chat GPT's recommendation answer. So let's go through that. Prioritize your self care, like a sleep, nutrition, exercise. Do I do that? Well, sleep, 7 to 9 hour of sleep. That's a really complicated. Yeah, I do sleep 7 hour. Okay, yeah, 7 hours, 7 hour. Yes, sometime it goes like 7.5, or sometime it goes 5 hour. Yes. Regarding about my sleep cycle, now it's kind of like a something very okay. Let me tell you one thing. Okay, yeah. So during the night, I usually sleep at 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. So that means I sleep 5 hours during the night, and during the day I sleep at almost like a 1.5 hour. Okay, yeah. So probably almost like a 6.5 hour I get sleep. So is it bad? Yeah, it's really bad. Like basically, probably you have to sleep at least 7 to 9 hour, and you are sleeping at least like you are sleeping almost like a 5 6 hour to like 7 hour. I know like my sleep cycle is really disturbed right now, but still is this thing that can figure it out. Like there are a lot of stuff to do. Like basically, I have a lot of kind of like a little bit of responsibility regarding about everything regarding about my career and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. And right now my career is not settled yet, so probably is this saying that ki 7 hour of sleep is kind of like a something luxury, but I would kind of like a something try to make sure that ki I will sleep at least 7 hour. Okay, yeah. All right. Then next question. Then another thing. Okay, yeah. Manage stress effectively. Sorry. Exercise. Do I do exercise? Yes, I do exercise. Yeah, I run 30 minutes every day non-stop, and I do play badminton. Okay. Regarding about nutrition, do I have kind of like a simply balanced diet? Well, yeah, I know I have really balanced diet. Like during the day, I like during the meal, during the lunch, I would take kind of like a something very heavy diet. Okay, yeah. During the night, I kind of like ate very light. Okay, yeah. During the day means like that. During the lunch, what I eat is that ki three roti, chawal, sabzi, yeah, like basically full Indian cuisine, everything. Okay, yeah. And during the night, I usually skip chawal and I just ate roti. Okay, yeah. Then probably during in between, I haven't really done anything at all. Like basically, is this thing chai maybe or doodh. Okay, this is kind of like some stuff that I consume, but mostly I usually consume during the like early morning. I take breakfast, then lunch, and then dinner. That's it. Okay, and then in between might be I take like a couple of teas and doodh. That's it probably. All right, yeah. So regarding about my nutrition health is not really that kind of like something really good. Like I like there is no kind of like a something fruit collaboration into this diet, and there is no dry food. There is nothing really at all. But probably is this thing that ki, um, I consume all my diet from my home. Okay, yeah. Basically, is this thing everything is really pure. Like my mother made all those kind of like some meals and everything, so which is really good. Okay, yeah. And in the future, I will take kind of like a something thinking about nutrition, thinking about diet, and thinking about what kind of like a something. But at this moment, whatever the things that I'm consuming, it's good. All right, yeah. Then manage stress effectively. Okay, yeah, like mindfulness, journaling, time management. All right, yeah. So how do I supposed to manage stress? Well, do I do any kind of like something mindfulness? What's the mindfulness? Like a meditation? No, I haven't really done that meditation. Okay, like most of people are kind of like a mention that ki meditation is really good, really good, really good. But I don't know. I haven't really tried this thing. Like I try. Like a couple of year ago, I kind of like a thought that ki let's do meditation 10 minutes every day. But I don't know, dude. It's like that, na ki like I don't know, like I never really understand this kind of like assembly meditation. I try like basically now when I what's a meditation? So meditation means like that you are sit and you are kind of like a focusing on your breath. Okay, it's like that na ki and you are not thinking about anything. But probably is this thing na ki when I started doing meditation, I just kind of like a thinking so many thoughts about this and that and that. I don't know. Like basically, I'm kind of like only very very early stage of this meditation, so I'm not really pro in this thing. And still, this mindfulness technique is kind of like a something I haven't really tried. Yeah, journaling, yeah, I do journaling every single day. Yes, like basically the things that you are actually hearing is called artifact episode. Like basically it's a kind of like a somebody self talk, and I just talk with myself every single day regarding about like I ask bunch of question to myself and I'm giving them answer. Okay, yeah. It's kind of like a something that key whatever the stuff that inside of me, I just kind of like a somebody execute the way that I wanted to be. And I don't know, it felt really good. It felt something that like I don't really think that it's a kind of like a some pressure inside of me that kind of like I just kind of like no, it's not. It's just like whatever the thing that I have, I just say. And this kind of like a journaling, I'm kind of like a doing this thing from since 2015. So it's really good. Okay, yeah. Time management, yeah. Do I do any time management? Well, I have like basically I have kind of like a some routine regarding about stuff and stuff. Okay, yeah. But probably is this thing that key a time management is a kind of like a something exact time that what should you supposed to do. A routine means like that key what kind of like a sequence of work should you supposed to do means like that key. Uh, okay, yeah. So routine, yeah. So in this particular routine, what I kind of like something like basically what is actually my routine. So I wake up. Okay, yeah. I wake up early morning at like a 7:30 or 8 a.m. Since I wake up, breakfast and everything, and I started doing my work at almost like a 9:30. Okay, and then I kind of like focusing on like basically my work is a kind of like a content creation, like a YouTube platform. I upload videos on the YouTube platform, and my genre is a photography. Okay, photography, photo design, Photoshop. Okay, yeah. So basically is this thing during the day I kind of like a something that ki what kind of like a silly project that I should supposed to be execute, figure out the way, figure it out the idea. Okay, and then I try to took the photo, and then I try to edit the photo. Okay, yeah. It doesn't take that much time, but it take almost like a 2-3 hour. Then after that I kind of like simply mop the floor, and then after that I ate my dinner. Okay, sorry, I ate my lunch, and then after that I edit that particular photo into the video format. Okay, yeah. And it took almost like a 2 hour. Okay, yeah. Then I sleep. Okay, yeah. Like basically at almost like a 2:30 or 3:30, I try to sleep for 1 hour. I wake up at almost like a 4:30 and started doing remaining work. Okay, yeah. Then I went to work out every single day. Okay, yeah. I went to work out at like a 6 p.m. I came at almost like a 8:30. Okay, yeah. And since I came, I ate my dinner, and then I started doing my work. Okay, so basically during the night I'm kind of like a be more focused. Yeah, means like that ki at 10 or 10:30 I started is I sit in front of my desk and started doing my stuff. Okay, yeah. So from 10:30 to at least 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. I'm kind of like a doing my work. Okay, so it's been almost like a like basically 3-4 hour I sit during the night, and kind of like most of the work is actually done during the night. Okay, yeah. And then at almost like a 2:30 or 3 a.m. I went to sleep, and then I wake up at 8 a.m. So this is what kind of like a something routine that I have. Okay, yeah. Time management is a kind of like a something very like a very in detail. Okay, yeah. Means like that ki in time management means like that ki how do you utilize your time even more. Means like that ki whatever kind of like a something the something really the gaps of the time that you have, how do you supposed to use that time to make yourself or work even more faster. Okay, yeah. Time management is kind of like a stuff that I will gonna do, but I'm not doing it that right now. I'm kind of like a stuck with the routine, and right now I'm kind of like a something focus on the routine. Okay, yeah. Make sure that that routine has to be kind of like a something consistent. All right, yeah. uh, Time management is a kind of like a something that key I haven't really tried time management, but in the future I will gonna try time management, but still is this thing that I'm right now focusing on the routine. Okay, make sure that whatever the routine that I have, I should supposed to be consistent. All right, yeah. Then okay, yeah, these are kind of like simply how I supposed to manage stress. Okay, yeah. Then supportive relationship, yeah, like basically is this thing that ki if I wanted to improve my mental health, then relationships are really matter. Okay, means like that ki how do you supposed to connect with the people, communicate with the people, set boundaries and something like that. Okay, in this particular relationship thing I am completely like I don't really have anyone as also. Okay, let me tell you one thing. If I have any kind of like some significant other, okay, yeah, then I would kind of like talk about this and that and that. Like I have so many friends, by the way, I have so many friends, this and that, but I don't really talk about like a kind of like stuff that have and things like that. Okay, yeah. Why? um why you didn't really talk with your friend regarding about stuff that you have, like basically just na share your things to your friend. Yeah, yeah, I should, but probably is this thing na ki, I don't know, dude. It's a kind of like a something that na ki, uh, like basically like you when you are spending time with your friends, it's kind of like a something fun activity and this and that. But when you are try to be deep connection na, like in like basically deep connection means like that deep and basically it's a lot of things. Okay, yeah, the things that I'm trying to tell you right now is kind of like a sort of deep conversation. Okay, this conversation should supposed to be happen with a very special person, and that very special person is your significant other, means like that your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, yeah. So basically at this moment I don't really have that kind of like a family person. So probably is this thing that ki regarding about relationship I don't really have anyone. Okay, yeah. So that is a kind of like some big problem. Is it big problem? Like basically is this thing that ki, if I didn't really have that kind of like something like person, then my mental health is not really good. Well, somewhat, yeah. Like let me tell you one thing. Okay, like basically I'm kind of like a simply journaling, means like that I do talk with myself. Like basically if I didn't really have any kind of like somebody person, but I do talk with myself, like things that you are actually hearing right now. Like this is it. Okay, yeah. In this particular process, in this kind of like some journaling or self-talk process, I kind of like some talk to myself. Okay, yeah. But in this process now there is no kind of like some judging, there is no kind of like something that ki, if I'm kind of like something wrong, then might be other person could kind of like telling me that ki, ha, you are wrong, you are wrong, you are wrong. Okay, yeah. In the self-talk you kind of like something like that ki express yourself regarding about you and things like that. Okay, yeah. But when you have a kind of like something another person, then probably that person has his another point of view regarding about something or something another thing, point of perspective, and then you could understand. Like basically you have kind of like somebody a thoughts that someone could judge and they would kind of like something correct you or something like that, and it's really essential for kind of like a something communicate and things like that. Okay, yeah. And it's also really essential to kind of like something improve the mental thing as also. Okay, yeah. So at this moment I don't really have any kind of like somebody person that I could kind of like something connect or talk or something like that. I don't know. Okay, yeah. But in the future I will I will gonna have any kind of like something significant person, like my husband, like my girlfriend, or many kind of like a something um, wife, and then I would kind of like a talk with her and everything. It's really essential, and I'm gonna do that thing. Okay, yeah. But at this moment a supportive relationship is non-existence. All right, yeah. Another thing, engage activity and sorry, engage in activity you enjoy. Oh, engage in activity you enjoy. Okay, like pursue hobby or spend time in nature, things like that. Okay, do I do that? Yes, I do that. Okay, yeah. What's my activity? Like basically Photoshop, photo editing, something like that. I kind of like it's not my kind of like a somebody hobby, it's my career, and I'm kind of like a somebody, I'm a kind of like a something like that key, something like that. What I'm trying, what is actually is this thing? What is actually the engage and activity and enjoy? Okay, yeah. So improve the mental health is really essential that you have some sort of purpose. What do you mean by that? Like basically have you ever understand like have there is kind of like some sort of phrase that ki khali dimag shaitan ka ghar. Okay, yeah. Means like that the empty brain is a kind of like a something the home of devil. All right, yeah. It's kind of like a something same thing. Okay, yeah. Like basically is this thing now your brain have kind of like a have some sort of purpose regarding about some certain thing. Okay, yeah. If you don't really have any kind of like a something work, then probably your mind is kind of like a something that thinking about this, thinking about that, thinking about this and thinking about that, and probably without any have any kind of like a something limitation, they just, I don't know. Yeah. If you want to experience this moment, okay, yeah. Basically, try to experience old people. Okay, yeah, like basically the people who kind of like a something retirement, and after the retirement, they are just like they are kind of like a something yelling a lot, or they are kind of like a something like that. Ki, like basically, a non-purposeful person is a kind of like a something comes with a lot of devil thing inside of his head. Okay, yeah, and that is really not good thing. Okay, like basically disturb the mental health. That is really like I experienced this thing. Like basically this thing na ki my father is retired. Okay, yeah, he's been retired for almost like a 5 year. Okay, yeah, and right now he don't really have any kind of like a work to do. Okay, yeah, like basically he just read the newspaper, he just watch bunch of videos on the mobile phone, he watch news and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, but he didn't really have any kind of like a assembly purpose. Okay, yeah, and that's why he just kind of like a yelling at my mother a lot, and it's it's something really not that good. Okay, yeah, it's really not that good. Like basically this thing na ki your mind really required kind of like some sort of purpose or some sort of activity that they should supposed to be focused on. Okay, if they not, then probably it's kind of like a something to disturb the mental health, and that is not good. Okay, yeah. Challenge negative thoughts. Wow, that is really good thing. Okay, yeah, like a practice positive self-talk, affirmation, focus on strength, achievements rather than dueling the. Oh boy, someone smoking. Who the fuck is smoking? Alright, yeah. So challenge the negative thoughts. Okay, yeah. So what exactly is this thing? Alright, yeah. So if I wanted to improve my mental health, that is kind of like a, something very important to understand your negative thoughts. Okay, yeah. Your negative thoughts is really not that good. It kind of like a something disturb your mental health. Okay, example. Um, so example, how do I supposed to give the example? All right, yeah. So have you ever kind of like a somebody experience that some of the people have kind of like a somebody phobia regarding about the germs and things and that? Okay, yeah, like basically I am not that kind of like a somebody person, but I seen some of the people who are kind of like a somebody always kind of like a somebody thinking that ki like this seat is like a really germful, I don't want to shake your hand is really germful. Like they are kind of like a somebody that ki always think about that ki there is kind of like a somebody germ, then I will not gonna do that and this stuff and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, why they think like that? Okay, yeah, I don't know, like some people are kind of like a thinking that way, but you kind of like somebody experience that kind of like somebody stuff that is some of the people are really exist, they are kind of like somebody, they are kind of like a somebody so productive regarding about germs and regarding about this, regarding about the hygienes and stuff like that. They don't want to be kind of like a dirty for just like, no, they don't want. Okay, yeah. So basically what exactly is this thing for those people? Okay, I just have to understand. Okay, yeah, inside their mind they are kind of like always thinking about that key, like if I touch this person or if I kiss this person, then probably his germ will gonna kind of like something, this happened. Okay, yeah, and this kind of like some negative thoughts, by the way. Okay, yeah, these are kind of like some negative thoughts that that kind of like a something lets you to not to do any kind of like a something stuff. It like when you have negative thoughts now, you then probably you are not leave your comfort zone, you just kind of like a something just try to protect yourself. Okay, try to kind of like something like that key. I don't know how do I supposed to explain this thing. Alright, yeah. Okay, this kind of like a something germ people. If you don't really understand, then I'm gonna give you another example. Okay, yeah. So in your class, there is kind of like a something boy. There is kind of like something some sort of person in the class that they are not talking to anyone as also. Why? Because of that ki they always think that ki like they always think that ki like I am not really good person, I'm not kind of like this thing, I they always think that ki I am not really good. Okay, regarding about this thing and stuff like they always judge themselves, and they are kind of like a something stay away from others. Okay, yeah, like I seen a lot of people like basically this thing when I was in the school. There is a kind of like a something guy who is kind of like a something always be like a self-conscious. He just don't want to talk, he just don't want to, he don't really talk anyone. He just, I don't know, like basically this is nothing like a, he just sits in the corner and I don't know what he do. Okay, yeah, and basically is this thing na ki like when you have this kind of like a some personality that you are kind of like a judging yourself, and you are always kind of like a thinking about that ki, I don't really have this, I don't really have that, I'm not really good, and stuff like that, and you are kind of like a judging, and you're not kind of like a simply pushing yourself to other, you are not kind of like a simply like open up everything, and you just kind of like a somebody just trap inside of your head. It's kind of like a somebody negative thoughts, and it kind of like a somebody impact in your mental health. Okay, yeah, because of that kid, it's not really good thing, dude. Example is this thing. Okay, yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that key, I don't know, I experienced this thing. Okay, there is a guy who is in my school who's kind of like not been talking to anyone as also. Okay, yeah. He been through, I don't know, he been through a lot of kind of like a something, the mental health, something like that. Okay, because of that I know that basically this guys actually came for, I don't know, like basically the like he leave the school maybe like a middle of the semester or something, that I'm not really sure. Like basically this guy was kind of like something non-existent na? Like I don't even know this guy is even exists. Like basically sometimes I seen that person guy, I just like, yeah, okay, and then sometimes I don't, and it doesn't really bother me as well, because for me it's kind of like really non-existence. Okay, yeah, but it kind of like affect a lot. Like basically I seen that particular guy, and I just try to understand this thing that why he kind of like went through that particular stuff. Okay, yeah, but in other hand I am kind of like somebody person now who is like talk with the other, like basically I'm really extrovert kind of like a guy who kind of like a talk with the people, talk with this, talk with that, and basically I don't know, I just kind of like somebody exaggerate, like I just, like I'm not kind of like sit in the corner and just kind of like somebody just cry and things like that, thinking about myself that I'm not really good, and by the way I'm not really good, by the way. Okay, yeah, like in my shakal is not really good, like my face is not really that kind of like something attractive, but still I just kind of like something that interact with the people and things like that. Okay, yeah, but I don't know, yeah, but kind of like what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that like, negative thoughts that we have is really not good. Okay, yeah, it's something, it kind of like somebody cripple inside of you, and it's not okay. Do I have that negative thoughts? I don't have that. Like I don't really uh I don't really have any kind of like, negative thoughts. I'm probably, I don't know, like basically I'm thinking my world, or think like my looking at the world from my point of perspective is really positive way regarding about this stuff, and that's I don't know, like basically like yeah, I might have kind of like some sort of negative thoughts regarding about stuff, regarding about that key, like should I achieve my goals and things like that, like what kind of like something the resistance that I will gonna face, and sometimes I'm getting a lot of stressful, then I might think that I'm not gonna able to do that. Yes, I will have, but these are kind of like something stuff that I face. Okay, I face, like basically it's not kind of like a something that key, like basically I won't be able to achieve my things, then I just kind of like a sit and not doing anything. No, it's like that key, like basically is this thing na ki, oh, example. Okay, yeah, example is this thing that ki right now, as I mentioned earlier, that I'm kind of like a simply content creator. Okay, yeah, by the way I'm not really earning any kind of like a money from the YouTube, by the way, but yeah, I should supposed to say myself as a content creator. All right, yeah, so let's go. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that ki usually I kind of like a create a content regarding about photography, Photoshop, things like that. Okay, so my kind of like a only one rule that I have, that I should supposed to be upload two vertical video every single day. All right, yeah. So during this kind of like a something really the challenge that I have, sometimes I can't meet my expectations, sometimes I just can't able to make vertical video, two vertical videos, sometimes I just make only one vertical video. Okay, so then I get kind of like a some disappointment that why the fuck I didn't really make it, and it's kind of like some stuff and stuff. I feel really regretful, I feel something that key unsuccessful, I feel that key like this is something really bad. Okay, yeah, but it doesn't mean that I just kind of like something stop and not doing anything. No, I feel really hurtful, I feel kind of like something that key negative things inside of me, and yeah, but next day I'll try again. Like every day is comes with a new opportunity, and I just kind of like a face that ki, हाँ चलो एक नया दिन है, and नए दिन में हम let's try this, let's fuck this thing. Okay, yeah, so this is what I do, this is my kind of like some attitude. Okay, yeah, so yeah, sometimes I will face kind of like some negative things, but I manage that thing. Okay, yeah, like it kind of like a when the new day came, like every single day it kind of like comes with a new opportunity, and kind of like I welcome that opportunity, and I just kind of like use that opportunity to make things good. So yeah, I could do that now, dude. So so yeah, this is kind of like a something stuff. By the I'm talking really fast because it's just too fucking cold right now. So yeah. Okay, yeah. Seek professional help if needed. Okay, yeah. Professional help means like that, ki psychiatrist or something like that. I'm living in India, by the way. Okay, yeah. Taking advice from people is are free. We are not have to pay money to people. Yeah. Let me tell you one thing. Okay, like whatever the things that you have, like whatever the kind of like a something you are been through a lot of kind of like a mental health things like that, and if you want to professional help, you don't really like professional psychiatrist means like psychiatrist means like professional help. Okay, yeah, but I'm living in India, and basically there are a lot of people who are kind of like giving you advice about your mental health and this and that, and for free, for free. Okay, yeah. So let me tell you one thing, that professional seek professional help is kind of like only non-existence in here. Maybe in metro city in India, but probably I'm living in kind of like a tier 2 city where is psychiatrist, this kind of like a stuff is like really non-existence. Like basically elite people could kind of like afford that kind of like a thing, but no, not middle class and not nothing really at all. Alright, yeah. uh, Cultivate gratitude and positivity. Yeah, do I have that? Yes, I have gratitude towards my stuff, towards regarding about existence, towards the people around me. Okay, yeah. I'm kind of like a something thankful that I'm kind of like how this kind of like a something life and this kind of like a something people. Okay, yeah. Because let me tell you one thing now, I could understand that how much crazy stuff around the world. Okay, like if I born in Pakistan, if I born in kind of like a Syria, if I born in kind of like a something somewhere around the planet, then my situation might be kind of like a something very different. Okay, but still I born in India, and probably is this thing that whatever the kind of like a something help that I'm getting, it's kind of like something privilege. Okay, yeah. And I feel really grateful regarding about the life that I have, and I always thanks regarding about stuff that I get. So yes, I have gratitude and I have positive towards the thing. Okay, yeah. Limit harmful influence, reduce the screen time, especially social media stuff like that. It does not really affect me that much. Okay, yeah. Set goals and find purpose. I have a purpose. Okay, yeah, I have a lot of purpose. Regular checkups, like basically the feel emotionally, mentally as you're sitting, and then yeah, these are kind of exam. So these are the way that I should supposed to be. Oh, it's too fucking cold out here. Alright, yeah. So this is the way that I could kind of like improve my mental health. Alright, yeah. So this is this, and thank you.